1998 4Runner, limited with the 4-wheel drive and factory ELockers. I run out of photos that I can add on the Facebook listing, so here's a video that hopefully shows a bit better, you know, the quality of the paint and just the general condition of the vehicle. Everything is functioning great. I'll show the rear window rolling down. A few of the things that I just want to call out. Oops. All right, so we have the rear window that rolls up and down. The alarm works as well. Rear wiper blade does work. Probably could use an update. As you can see, the material itself is a little bit flimsy, but I use it. So there's that. I've installed a 7-pin connector for towing a trailer. I was using it to tow my 16-foot Casita camper. It does just fine for that. The key fob unlocks and locks the door. The passenger seat is in decent condition. Of course, there are some rips. The driver's seat is in similar condition, a few more rips. Of course, it does have the factory E-locker there, which works as well. Come around to the other side and I'll start the car so you can hear what that sounds like. Alright, I haven't started it this morning, so this is a cold start. Let's see. Starts right up. As you can see, the ABS light stays on. I have done an OBD2 reading and don't get any codes back, so I'm fairly confident this is due to an ABS light sensor issue, which, you know, it's easy to replace ABS sensors on this vehicle. Really, all maintenance is easy to do on this truck, so that's worth keeping in mind. I've installed this aftermarket radio, this Alpine radio, and installed this USB-C cable that allows you to connect your phone with Android Auto. Works very well for that. AC blows cold, heater turns on hot. It works faster than my wife's Lexus, so I am confident to say that that works very, very well. Rear seats are very, very clean. No issues here. So the back, that seatbelt works great. This is a belt, lap seatbelt that's hidden under the seat. You can see there. This seatbelt failed last summer in that it no longer retracts. So just keep that in mind. You can get a replacement seatbelt, either an OEM quality one from like Seatbelt Planet, where you can buy a kit for like $400, or you can buy a seatbelt from someone like Corbeau, who does seatbelts for, I want to say $70 or $100. Oh, let me just show. Also, very easy to get in here. All these pieces snap together, so you can just peel this off. It just unsnaps here, and then it snaps here, so you can kind of see it starting there. And that lets you get back into here. It's a single bolt to replace the seatbelt. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Looking underneath, the frame of this 4Runner is in great condition. You can see this is all like surface rust. It's just barely starting. I probably should have done a better job cleaning the frame, because I think that makes it look worse than it is, but it's actually in nearly perfect condition. No rust in there. I don't know if that shows well or not. Everything is very, very clean. The suspension was replaced when I first bought the vehicle, well, shortly after, I suppose, in 2020 or 2021. The most recent inspection said that the front struts need to be replaced. I'm not sure I understand that exactly. I think that the struts are probably fine, but they're just tuned to be as high as possible. So I wonder if you can't just reduce the tension and have it drop a bit in the front, if that wouldn't give you what you're looking to get. I'm not sure. You can see brakes there. You maybe you'll just see, let's see if I can not give someone vertigo. Brake pads are pretty fresh, pretty new. I just did these brakes in probably fall last year. Of course, driving through I-70 and whatnot, you know, I've warped these brakes a couple of times doing different things. So I've replaced the rotors and pads several times. The calipers have also been replaced since I've owned it. All right, let me open the hood. You do right here. This, by the way, is an auxiliary light switch that I had set up for a light bar. The light bar I still have, and you can actually have it with the vehicle. You can see I'd mounted it here. Those are the tabs to mount them. And then I had run the wiring through here. But I moved it, I just didn't like the way it looked, to be honest. But, you know, to each their own. Bear with me a second. All right, engine bay is very clean. Battery is very new. Let's see, as of spring last year. You have no leaks coming from the brake booster, power steering fluid, coolant, no leaks. This no leaks. There were, so I've replaced the coil packs recently with NGK coil packs. Definitely better than the cheap ones you can get on Amazon. Also replaced this boot here with new rubber. This was ripping here due to taking it off to clean out the throttle body and whatnot. That's no longer an issue. Relatively new, let's see here, air filter. You can see it's been driven for sure, but fairly clean. I'm very good on keeping maintenance there. I have LED headlights, which are nice. They're just a little bit brighter. Go ahead and over here and check. Here is the recently done timing belt, water pump, and accessory belts. All the belts are brand new, less than 40 miles at least, probably less than that on that. Pull the dipstick. You see that there's oil in there, still very clean. I generally do oil changes every 5,000 miles or so, plus or minus 1,000 or 2,000 miles, something like that. Transmission fluid back here, also in good shape, very clean. Put that guy back in there. This thing's kind of finicky because it's long. There we go. Come on. I'm pushing that back in. Just an overview of the engine. You can see there it goes. Okay. I don't think anything else is replaced back here. I'm sure some fuses have been swapped out over time. I don't remember off the top of my head, but everything looks pretty good in there. I don't believe I have any fuses out. There's no functionality that I'm expecting that isn't working, so let me close the hood again. Under here, skid plates are in great shape. Again, only the lightest of surface rust. I hope that shows up better in the photos, to be honest, because really a lot of this is just dirt. None of this is actually rust. Right here, you could argue it's a little bit of surface rust, but really it's nothing to be worried about. The antenna goes up and down. That didn't show that, but you can see that when you come visit yourself. Power rear windows do work as well. Top box is included. 5th gen 4Runner rims. Also the BF Goodrich all-terrain TA KO2s. These are great tires. Very, very happy with how they've worked for me. Got a little bump there. That actually came when I bought the car. I don't know the story on that one. Let's see, anything else obviously called out. I trimmed this to fit the 33-inch tires. It doesn't fit from factory, so that's why you see this here, as well as this. There used to be a piece of trim that kind of went over this. That had to be removed, and then this lightly sort of trimmed to get the tires to fit and fully articulate. Really big improvement as far as off-road capability goes, so I don't, I would honestly recommend that for anybody. Let's see here, any other details that I've neglected. Let's see. The rear wheel axle bearings were replaced in, I believe, a year ago or a year and a half ago, along with the drum brakes in the rears. So really all new brakes within the last couple of years, which I think is great. Let's see, there's the doodad. I have the spare tire removed right now just for weight reasons, but that is also included. I have the original spare tire in my shed, as you saw earlier, but you can see how clean the underbody is. Very, very clean truck. I also have the tongue cover for the rear. That goes across here and, you know, provides privacy for anything that you have in the back. I have all of the original mats. So this one you can see here, I had put a, this is just dirty, it's not burnt. So you can use some carpet shampoo to remove this. You can see it's coming off my fingers already. Again, these are things that I could have done and just haven't gotten around to. I installed a 400-watt power inverter. This is fantastic for charging lanterns or laptops or what have you if you're out camping. Stickers, I'm happy to remove those if you prefer. Oh, I think I didn't mention this one. The sunroof has recently started struggling a bit to open and close. Let's see if it'll do it right now. I believe this is just old. I mean, it's, you know, almost 30 years old. And I think the original greases and oils that are in the motor are preventing it from functioning well. So you can open and close this. Obviously, that's no brainer. Let's see. I tilt up. It does go up. It goes down. Back and forward seems to struggle a little bit. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I'll leave that to the buyer to decide what to do. It's just a little weird. But anyway. Oh, this rear view, well, this mirror thing I have sort of set up with, what do you call it? Like a leather shoelace, because it doesn't hold itself up anymore. Easy to replace. I want to say it's $130 on eBay or Amazon to get that. Lights work. I replaced most of these with LEDs, just a little bit brighter, better for all that. This one works just fine, up and down, no biggie. You have your center console box, all-weather floor mats that I put in just to make it easier to clean, much nicer. I think that's everything. Get a little view of the mileage. The odometer always reset, the tripometer rather, to keep track of fuel. It's an old truck, so it's good to just keep that tracking, but the fuel gauge works just fine. I've owned several old vehicles and I always get nervous that the fuel sending unit will fail for some reason. I've never had an issue on this truck though. This far it's been absolutely reliable. Trying to see, last things that I did, I put those hooks up there so I could hold a fishing pole. But that's it. Thank you very much for viewing my 1998 4Runner limited edition. And please let me know if you have any questions.